Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, welcome you all in Pakistan International School Taif Virtual Learning System. Today is our 34th video lecture for grade second year students, boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Rosia Imran, your mathematics teacher. Exercise 3.2 question number 2 I already started in previous lecture, and first three parts of question number 2 I already discussed with you. So today we will start fourth part of question number 2. Question number 2 fourth part is integral a minus 2x whole power 3 over 2 dx. Means that you have to integrate a minus 2x whole power 3 over 2. I told you that in integration what will we do? First of all, we apply the power rule. Power rule is that when you find the integration of any term, you add 1 in the power and the same power you divide on the value, and then without power you take the further derivative, and further derivative value you divide it. Here a minus 2x power is 3 over 2. So in 3 over 2 we add 1, and the same 3 over 2 plus 1 we divide on the value. And then without power we take the further derivative of a minus 2x. A is constant, so its derivative is 0, and minus 2x derivative is minus 2. So minus 2 we divide it here, and c is the constant of integration. So you know that 3 over 2 plus 1 is 5 over 2, and here this is 5 over 2 into minus 2. So 2 and this one 2 cancel with each other. So we get minus sign outside the value, a minus 2x power 5 over 2 divided by 5 plus c. Very easy. I hope you will understand it. Now come to the next part. In next part you have given integral of 1 plus e power x exponential function, and you know that the exponential function derivative integration as it is just like derivative. If anything in power, that power further derivative we will take, and that derivative we divide on the value. But here you have given 1 plus e power x whole cube. So here you use the cube formula. Cube formula, you know that a plus b whole cube is a cube plus 3 into a b square plus a square b plus 3 ab square plus b cube. So you apply this cube formula here. So here a is 1 and b is e power x. So 1 cube, you know that is 1. 3 into 1 square is 1, and e power x will come. And next value is 3 into first term and second term square. First term is 1, so 3 into 1 is 3, and e x square is e power 2x. And the second value cube, second value is e power x, so e power x cube is e power 3x, and the denominator we write as it is. Now this denominator e power x will divide on each value, on 1, on 3 into e power x, on 3 into e power 2x, and e power 3x. So when we divide it with 1, so we shift it in the numerator automatically. With law of exponent, e power minus x. Here e power x cancel with e power x, so only 3 will come. And here e power x, when we shift it in the numerator, so 2x minus x, x will come. And here e power 3x, when we shifted e power x in the numerator, so it will be e power minus x, so 3x minus x. When the base is same, so power will be added, so 3x minus x, it will be 2x. Now you differentiate each value separately. E power minus x integration is as it is, and further derivative of minus x is minus 1, which we divide here, and 3 is constant, so constant, and 3 integral of 3 is 3x. and integration of 3e power x exponential function integration as it is. Further derivative of its power x is 1. So if you multiply 1, the value will remain same. Next is e power 2x is come as it is, and the power 2x derivative. 2x derivative, you know that 2 into dx over dx, which is equal to 1. So 2 into 1 is 2. So the further derivative we divide here. Plus c is the constant of integration. So this minus sign will come in the numerator. So minus e power minus x plus 3x plus 3e power x plus half e power 2x plus c is the required answer. Now before going to start sixth part, some important integral rule. You know that if you have cos and with theta any number multiply ax. So when we take the derivative of that value, so you know that cos derivative is minus sine theta, and then if something multiply with theta, so we take the further derivative of that, and that will come in the coefficient. But in integration what will happen? Same, when you take the integration of cos, sine will come. You know that integration of cos is sine theta, and the theta further derivative here you divide in integration. In derivation you multiply, and in integration is the inverse process, so you divide. Sixth part you will do it by yourself. Look, sine derivative integral is cos a plus bx, and the further derivative of the theta a plus bx, a plus b is constant, so dx over dx, that is a plus b, it will come in the denominator plus c. So this is the required answer. So you do it step by step. Now come to the seventh part. In seventh part, you have under root 1 minus cos 2x dx. You know that sine square x is 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2. If we shift this 2 on the left hand side, so means that 1 minus cos 2x will be equal to 2 sine square x. So we replace its value. 1 minus cos 2x is 2 sine square x. So under root will come on 2. 2 is coefficient, so we take it out. That is constant, so we take it out of integration. Square will cancel with square root, so sine x dx. So under root 2 we write as it is, and sine integral is minus cos. So we have required answer minus under root 2 cos x plus c. Some important formula. First is that if something is in the power like this f of x n plus 1, so that power will come in the coefficient, and from power we subtract 1, and then further derivative without power. That is the rule for derivation. For integration, what will be the rule for this? If something is in the power, that power will divide, and its further derivative will come in the numerator. So if you take the integral on both sides, it will be n plus 1 come as it is, and here f of x power n f prime of x dx. So it will be equal to f of x power n plus 1 divided by n plus 1. Come to the eighth part. In eighth part, you have given natural log of x multiply 1 over x. If you check, natural log of x further derivative is present. So here we use rule 1. Rule 1 is what? Rule 1 is that if further derivative in the given value is present, so 1 will be added in the power, and the same power will divide. So that rule is mentioned on your book, page number 127. That if any value further derivative is present in product, so what will happen? On the value power 1 will be added and the same power will be divided. If you check in this question, look, natural log of x and natural log of x further derivative is 1 over x. So means that if f of x is natural log of x, so f prime of x is what? 1 over x. Means f prime of x means that its first derivative is 1 over x. If any value and its further derivative present, so we apply this rule that 1 will be added in the power. So in the given function f of x power 1 plus 1 and the same power divide. So f of x is what? Natural log of x. So natural log of x whole square divided by 2 plus c. Here you have given sine square x dx. Sine square x, you know that in previous question, in part 7, I discussed with you that sine square x is 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2. So this 2 is divided on each value, 1 over 2 minus 1 over 2 cos 2x. So 1 over 2 dx. So you know that d and integration means that 1 over d, so that will cancel, x will come. And cos derivative is sine 2x, and further derivative of theta 2x derivative is 2, so that is divide here. So 2 2s are 4, so this is the required answer. This is the 9th part. Now come to the 10th part. In 10th part you have given 1 over 1 plus cos x dx. So you know that cos square x over 2 is 1 plus cos x divided by 2. 2 is divide here when we shifted at other side. So 2 cos square x over 2, 1 plus cos x. So you put this value 1 over cos square means that secant square x. Secant square integral is tangent x over 2 and x over 2 further derivative is 1 over 2 which we divide here. So this 2 and this 1 2 cancel with each other. So we get tangent x over 2 plus c. Its alternate method for the same 10th part, if you have such type of 1 over 1 plus cos x, so first you rationalize it. You multiply and divide by its reciprocal. 1 minus cos x, 1 minus cos x. So you know that here we apply which one formula? A plus b into a minus b. So 1 plus cos x, 1 minus cos x, which is equal to 1 square minus cos square x. Cos square x, 1 minus cos square x identity, that is equal to sine square x. So sine square x divide by 1 and divide by cos x. So we get this, and then you integrate, so you get the required answer. In both way you have to do this question. If you know this identity, so use this identity. If you don't know, if you don't know the identity, then what will you do? Then you do it by rationalization. Now come to the next part, 11th part. In 11th part, you have given ax plus b divided by ax square plus 2bx plus c. This is the second rule. One rule we study. The first rule is that if any function further derivative is present in product, so what will you do? In integration, you remove the integral sign, and in power, you add 1 and the same power you divide. So that will be the rule 1. Rule 2 is that if any function derivative is present in the numerator, so what will you do? The same function, but with natural log f of x. Rule is that if you have integration f prime of x divided by f of x, then its answer will be natural log of f of x. Means that rule 2, if in the numerator the derivative of the denominator present, so its integration will be natural log denominator. So here we use that rule. If you check ax square plus 2bx plus c, if you take the derivative of this, so the power will come in coefficient 2ax, from power we subtract 1, so x power 1, and here 2b dx over dx is 1, so 2b will come, c is constant, so 0. So means that ax square plus 2bx plus c derivative is 2ax plus 2b. Its derivative present in the numerator. But only 2 is missing. So what will we do? We multiply and divide the function with 2. So multiplication will come outside and the division will come outside and multiplication 2 will multiply with the function f prime of x 2ax plus b. So natural log of ax square plus 2bx plus c. These are here you have the review formulas. These formulas you already studied in first year. Again I'm going to revise it because these formulas we will use in next question. If you have 2 sine alpha cos beta, that will be equal to sine alpha plus beta plus sine alpha minus beta, that is equal to 2 sine alpha cos beta. If you have 2 cos is first and sine is after that, sine beta, then instead of plus sign minus sign will come. If you have 2 cos alpha cos beta, then cos alpha plus beta plus cos alpha minus beta. If you have minus 2 sine alpha sine beta, that will be equal to cos alpha plus beta minus cos alpha minus beta. Double cos, again cos will come with alpha plus beta but with plus sign. Double sign with minus 2, so again cos will come with alpha plus beta but with negative sign. So come to the 12th part, cos 3x sine 2x dx. If 2 will come in the coefficient, then again it will be same as formula 2. 2 cos alpha sine beta. So 2 is missing in the coefficient. So what will we do? We multiply and divide by 2. The division 1 come in the coefficient and multiplication 2 will multiply with cos 3x sine 2x. 3x consider is alpha, 2x consider is beta. So it is same as formula 2. Look at this formula, 2 cos alpha sine beta. Here 2 cos 3x sine 2x. So 3x is alpha and 2x is beta. So it will be equal to sine alpha plus beta 3x plus 2x minus sine alpha 3x minus 2x dx. So 3x plus 2x is equal to 5x, 3x minus 2x is equal to x. Now you integrate each value separately. Sine derivative integral is minus cos theta 5x will come as it is, and theta further derivative is 5, that will divide here. Minus sine will come as it is, sine x integral is minus cos x, and c is the constant of integration. So minus sign, you take it common. When you take minus sign common, it will be 1 over 2 into cos 5x over 5 minus cos x plus c. So this is the required answer of 12th part. Come to the 13th part. In 13th part, you have given integral cos 2x minus 1 divided by 1 plus cos 2x. Here again we are going to use identity. You know that sine square x is equal to 1 minus cos 2x divided by 2, and cos square x is equal to 1 plus cos 2x divided by 2. 2 is divided here, shifted at the left hand side, so it will come in multiplication. So instead of 1 minus cos 2x, we write 2 sine square x, and instead of 1 plus cos 2x, we write 2 cos square x. To make it negative, what will we do? We take the negative sign common. So here we get 2 and 2 will cancel, sine square x divided by cos square x. You know that sine over cos is equal to tangent. So sine square x cos square x is equal to tangent square x dx. So tangent square x integral, directly we don't know. So what will we do? Again we use identity. Tangent square x is equal to secant square x minus 1. So secant square integral is tangent x, and 1 integral is x plus c. So this is the required answer. Come to the 14th part. 14th part is the last part of this exercise. So 14 part is tangent square x. This is just like the previous question. So tangent square x, you know that is equal to secant square x minus 1. This is identity. You will study it in class 10th first year, that tangent square x is equal to secant square x minus 1. So secant square x dx integral is tangent x, and 1 integral is x minus x and plus c. C is the constant of integration. So I hope you will understand these parts. Before going to start this exercise, first memorize the formulas which you study in class first year and the identities which you study in class first year and 10th. Then it will be easy to solve this exercise. I hope you will understand it. If any confusion, two rules we study in this. One rule is that if any function and its further derivative is present in product, so its integral will be the function power in power, you add one, and the same power you divide. Second rule we study that if any function is in the denominator and its derivative is present in the numerator, so that integral will be equal to natural log of the denominator. So these two rules which are new, which we study in this exercise, these two rules we use again and again in next coming exercise. So you revise it properly. Page number in your textbook, page number 127, it's given. I hope you will understand all these questions. If any confusion, so you can ask in Zoom meeting class. Take care. Allah Hafiz.